Hey friends, welcome back to our IDS series. In this video, we are going to cover IFC material. How do we check if we have materials assigned to our elements in our IFC model? Before I dive in and run with the IDS, let's go quickly over this. Let's have a quick look into what is IFC material in the IFC schema. IFC material represents a fundamental component of the IFC data model, serving as the bridge between geometric representation and real-world material properties in building information modeling. IFC material is an IFC entity used to define the composition of building elements, forming a foundational part of the data model that describes the substance, not just the geometry of an object. Materials can have a name, a description, and a category, providing essential identification and classification information for each material type used in the building model. And physical properties are assigned through property sets, P-sets, such as P-set material thermal for thermal properties or P-set material mechanical for structural properties. And these are the kind of material properties we can have: thermal characteristics, mechanical properties, fire resistance ratings, acoustic performance, and durability factors. The critical importance of material information verification. So the first aspect is the design analysis accuracy. It ensures that your model contains the right materials for design analysis, including energy performance calculations and structural analysis. Accurate material data is essential for reliable simulation results and informed design decisions. For compliance verification, it verifies compliance with project specifications, building codes, and safety standards such as fire ratings. This systematic verification prevents costly errors and ensures regulatory compliance throughout the project lifecycle. Process integration facilitates downstream processes like cost estimation, procurement, and facility management by ensuring material data is accurate and complete. This integration streamlines project delivery and operational efficiency. Now imagine having to do some costing and you don't have the materials assigned to your objects. How do you know what is it and what are you supposed to use? Yeah, this is extremely important. And one of the most important use cases, carbon footprint calculations. Carbon footprint calculations are highly dependent on accurate material information. The embodied carbon of a building, emissions from the manufacturing, transportation, and installation of materials is a critical metric for sustainability, of course. By linking material properties in IFC to a database of carbon factors, you can calculate the total embodied carbon of building, which is essential for meeting climate goals and reporting requirements. This allows for informed decisions early in the design phase to choose lower carbon alternatives, making material verification not just a quality control measure, but a sustainability imperative. So these are the sustainability benefits: early stage carbon impact assessment, material selection optimization, climate goal alignment, regulatory reporting compliance, and life cycle impact evaluation. So when it comes to IDS, there is this IDS material facet, a dedicated checking framework. So IDS provides a robust framework for validating IFC material data through its specialized material facet functionality. This systematic approach ensures comprehensive material verification across all building elements. Material existence verification. This is the first thing that we are checking. Check for the presence of material assignments to ensure no building elements are left without proper material definition in the model, because otherwise they are almost useless, right? Name validation. They can be used to verify material names follow project standards and specifications, such as concrete C30 or 37 or other standardized naming conventions. Category classifications. Confirm materials are properly categorized as concrete, steel, timber to enable accurate filtering and analysis workflows. IDS material facet capabilities: automated material presence checking, standardized naming validation, category compliance verification, property completeness assessment, cross-reference validation. So the implementation benefits, you might wonder what are there? They are here for this. Using the material facet within the IDS file creates a specification that systematically validates all material related data, ensuring model quality and downstream process reliability. And that's it. Now we can jump from this in our IDS editor where we left, and I will create a new specification. I'll go here and I will create a new specification, and I will call this check for materials. Check for materials. Yeah, let's materials. IFC schema, IFC4. No description. We go to filters. What do we want to check? Well, in this case, I want to check all the elements. And to do that, we cannot use something like, we are going to use, like, let's say I'm going to address the IFC entities, right? And we cannot type something like IFC building element. It will not work. IDS is meant to be very specific. So in that case, we have to use all the objects, all the parts like IFC beam, IFC column, IFC slab, IFC whatever, right? To be able to go very specific and to not leave room for interpretation. This can be an advantage and a disadvantage. Some people look at this to a limitation, but I would say that they are just looking for excuses to not use IDS. You can still, it's not so difficult actually to just type all the existing entities that you are checking. And how do we do that? It's very simple actually. I'm going to go here in Bonsai, and we see we have here, if I scroll down more, under the type occurrence, we have a list of all the things that we have in this model. And we see that we have beam, we have many things, even a chimney. Yeah, a building element proxy, which I don't want to get into that, but yeah, like it's a good check to have, at least to see if we have any building element proxies. And if it's something, yeah, if you don't want to have it, actually, I can use that, but this is, now we go to classification, right? So for now, I just want to make sure that everything has this. I will not write all of this because it will take some time, but actually, yeah, it's not like so difficult. So I will just type the ones that that come to my mind without the very special ones, and we go from there, okay? So what do I want to check? I want to check for, let's see, walls, all standard case. We don't have IFC wall, just wall. Yeah, let's check. Let's see, do we have any only IFC wall? Yeah, we have IFC wall and wall standard case. We don't have actually, but yeah, let's just leave it there. Okay, let's put beam. Let's check for beams. Let's check for columns if we have, but maybe we don't have columns, so let's put slabs. Slab. Let's start with this, okay? So we are going, like, what we do here, we say, like, to our IDS, go into our IFC model and look for these elements that I'm listing here and check if they have a material assigned, okay? So that's what we check, only if they have assigned. Like we saw in the presentation, in the slides, we can see here requirement for material. That's everything. And I will not add anything else. I just say that I need them to have a material. If you want, I'll show you, like, not if you want. We can see also how we can add a name, which is extremely simple. But if you want to add names, then you either have to add the full list of your materials, either you want to specify to check by specific type of elements if they have the right material. You can also do that. Now it depends on how deep you want to go. In my case, I just want to make sure, I'm assuming that the persons who, I'm a client, right? I just want to make sure that all the elements have a material. If they are correct or not, that's the responsibility of the designer. And of course I can also check for that, but they should check for that first, right? That should be their use case. If I'm a designer, that's what I would use. I would check everything if it has the right material. That's a perfect use case for design. Maybe I should make a video only about that. But yeah, like, I'm derailing now. Did I download this? No, I just did it. Right, so let's go here to IFC tester and let's pick it up from here and go to downloads, and let's take this one and execute it. And we know everything from before, and now we check for material and we see that not everything has a material. We have 98%. And let's see, if we scroll down, we get the few ones that don't have. We have some beams that don't have a material. By the way, how do we read this information in the model? Let's have a look here. We have a special, separated or a dedicated tab here in Bonsai called Geometry and Materials, and there are a lot of things here. It's actually quite advanced thing here, but we see immediately here under the name, under IFC material, we have a name called limtre, in Norwegian, like some timber, limbed, I don't know the word, glued timber, something like that. Yeah, and for example, if I press on this here, this stair or whatever is that, we see that we have a material and name betong, which is concrete in Norwegian. So that's what's happening here. Now, if I go back to, let me actually show you also this. In a layered wall, this is how we are going to see it. We are going to see like a total of more layers. We see all the layers, and yeah, is not showing under IFC material, but under IFC material constituent set. Now going back here, we see that we got this, the description. Let's go to this. This is the last check, material, right? And we see that we get only this fail, and if I press on this, it will highlight the elements that don't meet the requirements. And if I press on this, or it will select all of them. And if I zoom closer, but let's pick only one. I think I already see what's happening here. This is not even a beam. This is just a line. What is this? I'm not sure. But it's something that I don't think it was supposed to be in the model. IFC beam, yeah. I think it's an axis or something. Or no? No. No, that's true. It's just a steel beam, I think. And if we look, yeah, that's true. It's a small bar or something like that. And it doesn't have material. Yeah, here we can see all the materials in our model. We can see different things, and we should have something like stall, and it was supposed to have stall. This one. Like in this case, we can assign it. Now I'm going to something completely different, but we can assign it like this, and now voila, that's how it was supposed to be, right? But you get the idea. I told you that's kind of it. It doesn't make any sense to add more here, although depends on what you want to do. But actually, let me do that. I told you, like, there are different use cases. As a client, I would just want to make sure that I have a material. If it's correct or not, I would say that that's not my job. There is somebody else who signing a contract and is supposed to deliver something correctly. And if it's not correct, then there are other steps in the process where that will be revealed actually, if they order or buy different material, right? But we want to catch up as soon as possible if we have or not, if we got delivered this properly or not. If you have the time, if you have the resources, of course you can do even that if you want. But I would say that goes a bit over the scope of a client. Okay, so going back here, like I mentioned, the IFC material, this is the only thing that it does. When you use the facet material, it only checks for materials, nothing else. It looks for IFC material and sees if it has something. Now, let's see what else do we have here. Okay, so what is this proxy? Yeah, it's a proxy. Does it have a material? No, it doesn't. But yeah, we can add it. Let's say that we have some proxies which are maybe user defined and so on. So let's add proxy. I just type proxy and I put it there. You see, it's not so difficult actually. So we have BIM, chimney, column, covering. Chimney, column, covering, of course. We saw curtain wall, discrete accessory, discrete, discrete. Yeah, there are some ways you can print a list of this, but yeah, it's still, most of the time you are not going to have so many, especially for structural you have very few. But yeah, door, furniture shouldn't be here, grid shouldn't be here. Door, we have door, IFC door. Furniture shouldn't be in IFC models, my opinion. Grids as well. Light fixture, we can have that one. Although I'm not sure why this is an architectural model, in an architectural model. Railing, ramp. That should be in an electrical model, I think. Railing, ramp. It was also ramp flight, yeah. Roof, sanitary terminal, roof. Again, sanitary terminal, I don't think this should be in the architectural model. I will not going to add this. Slab, stair, stair flight. Stair, flight. And transport element, again, I don't see why this is an architectural model, in an architectural model. And wall we have, and window. Let's add window, and that's it. Right? Now I'm going to download this. You see how long it took me? It took me 2 minutes to add everything. So it's not actually such a big deal. If you really don't look for excuses, you can do this. And from now on, I can just duplicate that. If you don't want to repeat this, you can just duplicate this specification and reuse it. Just use it for a different purpose. Apply it for something else, not for material. So just excuses, as I mentioned. Good. Let's have a look here. Okay, and now we see that 80% of our elements are passing. So it means that 20% of our objects don't have a material, which can be problematic, right? If you want to have accurate data in your models, you can't use it for so many things, right? So let's see what kind of things. IFC covering, extremely important, I would say. Column as well. The proxy, doors. Yeah, for doors, the material, I don't think it's so important, maybe. Because why? Because it should have some details about who is the producer, what kind of model, and yeah, a door, it has more constituents elements. But yeah, like everything should have a material. If you want to do it properly, if you want to have a proper, reliable database of your project, then yeah, beams, windows, the same. Yeah, again, like windows and doors, maybe you can just get this data from the providers. I'm not sure. So maybe you can live without it. I will not be so harsh on windows and doors, because they are just outside products that you just get from a library and you can use, right? So it shouldn't be that architects are investing so much time just to model exactly doors or windows like from the provider. That should be provided by the provider if possible. So maybe the window, the material here is not so important. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of this. And like I told you, if you want to check more specifically, if you want to take a specific type of wall that you have and you want to check if it has all the materials, all the layers, the specific layers, then you have to do it in that way. Like for structural, I would have a separate check just to check the walls, for example, check walls, slabs, and so on, if they have the exactly type of concrete I'm looking for. Otherwise, you can check everything and just have an iteration over the different kind of concrete. Yeah, it depends on how exactly you want to be in your checks. All right, guys, we got to the end of this session as well. And of course, I'm going to spam you one more time with my BIMvoice Academy. So if you are serious about these things, if you want to learn and get guided by me and other instructors to do the same things, go here, go to BIMvoice.com, play this video, 19 minutes, you're going to see a bit what's happening here. Then you click here, join, and you get another video. This is another video which shows this platform. What is this BIMvoice Academy? It's a private community with courses. Many courses on many different topics, like how to use Bonsai and IDS as a BIM coordinator, IDS for beginners, exporting from Revit to IFC. There are so many topics, modeling in Bonsai, producing drawings, and so on. And on top of that, we also have for this month, in September, there are 10 spots for a workshop led by Dion Molt over more cohorts, over more sessions, weekly sessions, to learn IFC OpenShell. Only that course, if I was selling that separately, I would have asked for that for 1,000 euros. Just joining the yearly plan, you get to pay in September only $505 a year. The price will go up in October to 590, so it's a great value. You are getting almost all of this for free for 1 year. And on top of that, you get access to the workshop from Dion. You get to interact with him. There are 7 spots left for that. I'm not sure when exactly this video is going to be published. So by that time, might be that only few spots, 1 or 2 or 3 spots are going to be available. So yeah, if you are considering this, this is a great time to start. If you ever wanted to master working with IFC, to improve your workflows, to become confident when you handle IFC models, to use Bonsai if you want to learn how to use Bonsai for your practice or whatever. Yeah, feel free to go there, and if you have any questions, reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out. You can find more details about this here. If you look down the page, you can see my email right here on BIMvoice.com, Petru@BIMvoice.com, or you can ask me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn, as you know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you and seeing you around. Thank you very much for now. I hope you like this. I would like to actually hear something from you. If you like this series, leave a comment and tell me if you want me to keep going, if you want me to make more videos. So far, I didn't get so much feedback, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you want me to keep going, or I'm making this only for myself? Thank you very much. Peace.